Another service that Sage Environmental Consulting offers is environmental health and safety due diligence assessments of refining and petrochemical and other assets. Typically, larger companies want to buy smaller companies, groups of investors want to add chemical or petroleum manufacturing assets to their portfolio. They want to know what the future costs and liabilities are going to be before they write a check of that size. So they will engage Sage Environmental to conduct a due diligence review of those assets. That's one of our main specialties. What we do is we will go into a project of that nature. We will look at lots of documents, records, drawings, try to collect as much data and intelligence about the facility as possible. Typically, the seller themselves will provide a lot of that. They'll set up a data room, a web-based repository for information about the facility. We will review that in great detail. We'll put together a team of subject matter experts because an environmental health and safety due diligence review is one that requires a lot of specialized expertise really to determine what the risks are. We will bring in folks that are experts in Title V and new source review air permitting, wastewater compliance, benzene contaminated waste, flares, groundwater monitoring, site contamination, and remediation cost. We will conduct our assessment. Oftentimes we get an opportunity to speak with seller representatives and have a chance to ask them lots of questions about their facilities and assets, because what we're looking for are issues and circumstances at these facilities that might lead to serious environmental impairment in the future, civil liability through litigation, government agency enforcement risk. We're also looking for extraordinary capital cost or operating expense burdens as a result of environmental health and safety obligations. After we finish the review, we'll generate a report. A formal report is typically very detailed, and in that report we always try to give the client the best view of what the health, safety, and environmental risk and cost consequences could potentially be by ranking those risks, at least qualitatively. We will also provide, in many cases, estimates of what we feel like future capital and operating expenses might be on a potential future owner of a facility for sale. That's generally what we do, what a due diligence review entails. We also are in a great position and typically work with other stakeholders involved in the transaction. Attorneys that are concerned about litigation, insurance brokers that are providing environmental coverage, and of course the banks and other financial institutions that are providing the funds for the purchase of the asset. A client will ask us oftentimes to speak directly with those people, answer their questions. We feel very comfortable doing that, and we feel like we have a really good sense of what their perspective is and what their concerns might be regarding purchase of a large manufacturing facility. We feel very comfortable giving them advice in that regard.